One who has saved this world is ever its Lord. That its stands for world. One who has saved this world is its Lord. Our errors are his steps upon the way. Yeah, well, because we are in the ambiguous world here, therefore our errors are there, and that is how we are moving also. He works through the fierce vicissitudes of our lives, all the struggles and powers of their lives, the changes, the calamities, the hazards. He works to the hard breath of battle and toil. He works through our sins and sorrows and our tears. He works through our sins and sorrows and tears. He works through our sin and sorrows, sorrows and our tears. And his knowledge overrules our nation. Now that he of course stands for the Godhead. That immortal, that who is working in us. He stands for it here. One who has saved this world is Lord. Our sorrows are his tears. Well, you can directly link up this his with one. Our errors are his steps upon the way. He works to the fierce vicissitudes of our lives. He works to the hard breath of battle and toil. He works through our sins and sorrows and tears. His knowledge overrules our nation. Whatever the appearance we must bear, whatever our strong ills and present fate, when nothing we can see but drift and bale, a mighty guidance leads us still through all. We are going through a very difficult process, calamitous process, full of hazards and difficulties, drift and bale. Loads of ignorance are there, when nothing we can see but drift and bale. A mighty guidance, you see, that is mighty guidance. That mighty guidance is coming from whom? One who has saved this world. Again, here guidance is capital. You see, that outstretched hand, see, they are kind of equivalent again. You see. A mighty guidance leads us still through all. After we have served this great divided world, God's bliss and oneness are our inborn right. Great divided world, the first and the last nothingness, the Alpha and Omega, all the things which we have been seeing, where these spirit's potencies are there. After we have served, we have to serve them first. We have to go through the process of inconscience. We have to go through the process of superconscious. When we have gone through that, then God's bliss and oneness are our right. When is it going to happen? After we have, after all that thing, that will be our inborn right. Okay, God's bliss will be our inborn right. But when all these things are happening, then the answer is given here. A date is fixed in the calendar of the unknown. He talks of promised. That promise is there. It means that the date is also fixed there, you see. He talks of promise, no, earlier. The Godhead promise. Godhead knows that there is a date fixed already, you see. A mighty guidance leads us still through all. After we have served this great divided world, God's bliss and oneness are our inborn right. A date is fixed in the calendar of the unknown. An anniversary of the birth sublime. Birth sublime, yes. It has taken birth, it will happen again. Our soul shall justify its checkered walk. all will come near that now is not or far. All will come near that now is not or far. Either it is not present there or is far. Yes, all that will happen here. When? In the calendar of the destiny of the unknown, the date is fixed. The date is fixed. And the beginning of the date is already marked there. And that date is 29th February 1956. Wednesday in the evening, time is also fixed, you see. The date is fixed. A date is fixed in the calendar of the unknown. But that calendar has to be yogically worked out, has to be made active yogically, you see. Now, this line is a wonderful line. A date is fixed in the calendar of the unknown. A date is fixed in the, now calendar, it is calendar, not calendar. You see, it's not calendar, it's calendar, no? Correct? It is calendar of the unknown. So, metrically, this is a very peculiar line, very difficult kind of a line, metrically speaking. A date and I am, one, is fixed, another I am. In the Pirik, third foot, Kalan, fourth foot, I am, Kalan, fourth foot, Dwar of, fifth foot, the unknown, and Anapist. So if you scan it like that, a date is fixed in the calendar of the known, it becomes a 6-footer line. It is not pentametric line. It has 6 feet. First foot is a date fixed in the calendar of the 5th foot, the unknown 6 foot. So it is actually a 6-footer. Now, this is one of the rarest instances of a line in Savitri having 6 feet. If you do a plain straightforward scanning, then it is a 6-footer. Of course, one can always put it in a different manner. A date is fixed. A date, all right, is fixed in. I can make it like that. Second foot, a date is fixed in. That is Kritik. The calendar, Anapis, Pirik, or Janno. In that case, it becomes a 5-footer, pentametric, if I put it like that. But that doesn't sound to me very natural here. If I scan like that, a date is fixed in the calendar of the unknown, it doesn't sound very well like that. The natural rhythm of the line becomes more obvious when you treat it as a 6-footer. A date is fixed in the calendar of the unknown. What a long line. Because it is a long line, that date is also very far away. It's not going to be tomorrow, see. It's a long line. A date is fixed in the calendar of the known. An anniversary of the birth sublime. Anniversary, what is the anniversary? Yes, he will be reborn again here in this creation. Sublime, our soul to justify its sacred form, all is come near that now is not of far. This calm and distant mind, calm and distant mind, calm and distant mind refers again to the spirit's potencies, the spirit's powers. He is referring back to the spirit's power. This calm and distant mind, these spirit's powers and potencies shall act at last. In other words, they will not act unless there is the Eternal's will. The Eternal's will has to be there for them to act. But for that Eternal's will to give them consent, a date is fixed. The date is, when is the Eternal going to give His consent? That eternal will, when it says, yes, go ahead and do these things to these powers and potencies, then only they will act. When is He going to say that? For that, a date is already fixed in the calendar, they are known. Unknown for us, not for the eternal. He has already fixed the date that this will happen. So that date is fixed, is for the eternal to give his consent, for the spirit's potencies to come into operation. Is that right? This calm and distant mind shall act at last, because the calendar is already there, you see, immovably ready for their distant there, those calm and distant minds. Immovably ready for their distant, the ever-wise, compassionate brilliances, the ever-wise, compassionate brilliances, ever-wise. Why they are ever-wise? These brilliances, of course, those distant minds, calm and distant minds is what the brilliances mean here. They are ever-wise. Why they are wise? Because they are waiting for the Eternal's will. Their wisdom lies in waiting for the Eternal's will. And for the Eternal's will to come into operation, a date is already fixed. So they are waiting for that way. Await the sound of the incarnate's voice. Yes, the Supreme will come here as an avatar. He will come here as an Ashwapati and do these things. Await the sound of the incarnate's voice. He will come and speak out to the incarnate. To leave and bridge the chasms of ignorance. Who is going to bridge the chasms of ignorance? The incarnate. In the story of Savitri, Ashwapati.
Incarnate voice is the voice of Ashwapati.
Well, yes, voice of Ashwapati. It is he who goes to Divine Mother and says, please come down. Why? In the context of this one, these spirit potencies which are present there, they will come into effect when the Supreme will is present in it. And in order to activate, so to say, the Supreme's will, the incarnate approaches the Supreme and says, please come down and take the mortal birth. He makes a plea to her and she comes. Await the sound of the incarnate's voice, to leap and bridge the chasms of ignorance. You see, ignorance has created many chasms. He says, and heal the hollow, yearning gulf of life and fill the abyss. That is the universe. Fill the abyss with the presence, with the power.
Fill the abyss with the light of the Supreme.
Huh?
Fill this abyss with the light of the Supreme.
Yeah, I mean, light, it is that light which will come and play here in the abyss, in the darkness here. See, the whole context is this universe, which is in the abyss. And those spirit potencies had to come and play their role in this. This is going to happen when the Supreme's will is activated. The Supreme's will is activated by the voice of the incarnate. It is he who compels. Yes, things are ready, and unless you come and do the new creation which is established in the transcendent, cannot manifest here upon earth. To fill, that is the filling of the abyss, you see.